What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Astro bringing you guys another top 8 profile, and this time we got my boy Victor. Victor made it in there, barely squeezing in. He got 8th place, and he got in there. He got top 8, and he got prizes. So, what'd you play, man?
I played Destiny Heroes Swordsoul.
Swordsoul. How did that work out for you?
It was fine. I wish I had Dark Roller No More for the entire tournament, but I got those after.
Ooh. How'd you do at the tournament?
I went X2. I lost the Clifton and a Drytron player in top 8, which made my tiebreakers really amazing.
Oh, man. All right, let's see what the list is talking about.
All right. So start with 3 Ecclesia. It's the play starter. It has the pink or top claws. If your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon it. So it's an easy way to play around Imperm and just extend farther than you should. The long one, it's the second best Swordsoul card. Also doesn't commit to your normal summon. Makes Baroness and Xinjiang, which is a god tier level 10 synchro. 3 Moe, 2 Tai, standard. 3 Tai is kind of just too bricky. You don't always have a Swordsoul card to actually utilize this turn 1, so you don't really need to see it all as much. That's for the 11. The 3 Fashuda, just to help it go in second, and it also just doubles as a core Bane-like card. So if you go first, you can summon this. Then if you commit the Moe and they Imperm, you can go into the Verte and still have a play. It's all without getting the Nibiru range.
And that's the only Tenyi stuff.
Yes, it's the only one you should run if you're trying to play this more mid-range version. You can play the combo variant, but haven't played it at all. Also couldn't get the cards.
Alright, that's fair.
The 2 D heroes, the only ones you need. Drawing 2's correct. I summoned this like once just for damage. I didn't summon it off its effect, I tribute summoned it because I was bricking.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that was pretty nostalgic, summoning a Dasher. The hand traps, just section them off. 3 Gamma, this card's still really good. It makes a Draco Berserker or Dragite. You should run it. 3 Ash, 2 Nib. These are kind of the most generic ones. I didn't know what I was actually going to be facing. It was kind of week 1 of the event. Just kind of just went as generic as possible. Saw in the beer like once. For the spells, 3 Emergence, the Rhoda, have to, 3 Fusion Destiny. You can open this unlike Red Eyes Fusion and still combo with this. So 3 Crossout. Didn't know what I was going to face, but Imperm and Nibiru is a cheap card now, so it's kind of easy to pick those off.
And then how did that perform for you this weekend?
Never drew it.
Never drew it, so never really got to use it.
Yeah, I cited it out sometimes when you're going second just because this card's bad going second, but it's been nice to draw it. 2 Talents, more hand trap hate. Is that kind of dies to Imperm failure, so you need stuff to do afterwards, like draw cards, or even getting knowledge is good enough. The 1 Call by standard. 2 Blackout. This card's cracked. I wish I ran 3. There's so many situations where I wanted to run the 3rd one. I just didn't have it in the list. The 1 Imperm for the cross-out target. I think Imperm's kind of meh, but you need to run it. And the 1 IO.
Yeah, really good.
That's the 41 for the main deck. Extra deck for the 10s. You're on Barony and Xinjiang. You're pretty much never going to resolve long 1 3 times, so you only really need to run 2. Ready's fine, but I couldn't find the space for it. I'll probably run it later. 2 Shishao, best card. Usually don't make this a lot when going second just because it's probably going to get hit, and it's kind of the worst one to get hit by a hand trap or a trap. But going first, this card's always cracked. Draco, Dragite, Yazi, Boxia, these are just the generic staples. There's not really much to talk about them. I ran the Zoo package. I think this is better than Baguska because it's hard to really play with Baguska and try to utilize it fully in this deck. And these just make double Mat Zeus, which I think is better than one proc off of a Zeus. This came up a lot where I needed to double proc to actually win the game. 2 Monk. You don't really need to. I just ran 2 because I ran 3 Vashuda, but you don't ever make 1. You can proc Vashuda off the tokens, and that's usually how you proc them off in the later game. 1 Verte, 1 DP for the Fusion Destiny engine. This card's cracked.
And they perform really well. I
like it a lot. Even if I move to the Tenyi heavy variant, I probably will still play this just because this is a good card to summon. But I don't know how I'm gonna build that deck with Ashuna having its kind of condition, I may just run Adhara because that card's just a good card to run with Vishuddha and gets back cards you banish off tie, which could be other extenders or starters for later turns. So I don't know, I have to actually get Adhara and test with that. Side deck, I had to borrow a lot of stuff. Borrow more like the back row hate because I don't own a lot of cards. I own Lancias, Ogres cracked all weekend. This is funny to hit an Ogre on Mu Beta Fafnir so they don't have the materials for the ritual summons.
Oh yeah, that is true.
The 2 Drool, I didn't know which one to actually like triple up on, so I just kind of went across the board. The 1 Protos, we took it out of the main because, like we said, we don't know what the meta is, so this card's kind of weaker when you don't know what you're facing.
And then did you resolve in this weekend?
Yeah, I resolved it a couple times against Evil Twin, the Swordsoul Mirror. It's good when you have it, but it's like I said, it's kind of hard predicting what you're going to see with this because you only get to declare 1 attribute.
Oh yeah, that's true.
3 Cosmics. Those are just to hit over Sky Prison. I don't want to risk putting Edelich traps in the graveyard. Never faced any trap decks. 2 Droplets because I don't own Dark Rulers. These are nice. Lightning Storms, I forgot to give those back to a person on Locals Friday, so I just ran them through the event. This is cards cracked. Duster.
Alright. So that's the side deck.
Yeah.
So any changes you would do to the deck?
I probably won the 3rd Blackout. I thought about Sacred Summit, but that card seems kind of like bad if you don't open cards to put in the graveyard. It's kind of like Tai. It's kind of statistically weaker the first turn, but if I run the Tenyi version, you'll probably see more. I thought about the Tenyi version, but I don't know how good that is long term. It seemed kind of good this weekend, seeing everybody with the results, kind of blindsiding everybody, but I don't know how long that'll last. I may run Adhara just for more Tenyi names and just cards to play through the normal summon.
All right, well, any shout outs you want to give up before we close out this video?
Shout out Aaron. Shout out Josiah for getting me pretty cards. Play to win games. Shout out Daniel for also forgetting I had his Lightning Storms.
You got to shout out the team on your shirt, man.
Chet Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Thomas made these shirts. They're kind of sick.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate you guys watching, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. For the next time, peace.